Welcome, truthers and truth-curious mainstreamers. This is Poe's Law with me, Charlatan Poe. Alright, got some OPSEC night vision going on here. This is time drop number 2. Put the breadcrumbs together. Figured out what this is. As always, I'm open to suggestions, so if you have other ideas or something I say gets you going, please let me know. As much as I try to stay away, you know I can't stay away from the comments, so yeah, let me know. Okay, so time drop number 2. It has been a little while, so I'm going to start by just reading it again, and then go from there. Alright, we got, O Lord, the snare. Activity will ensure the shipment. Support the success. See this guide. Nanaka Akanan. 4 fingers over the red sash. Human services. The grass is growing. Locate the customer and protect Tuxedo Gallery with the disappearance of the moon. Origin student program. Let's party beyond the battle. Information, interest, penalty, estimated 12, 31, 17, 10, 30. Okay, so this one had a little different tone than the first one. But I decided to start by doing the same just the same attempt. So I got out pencil and paper, got 59 words and 320 letters. Just so we're all working apples to apples here. The Naka Akanan, I interpret it as a single word, maybe it's hyphenated, and the numbers at the end I spelled out as words for the purposes of that counting. So 59 words, 320 letters. Okay, so 59, 5 plus 9, 14, 4 plus 1 is 5, 320, 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 0 is 5. So we've got 5 twice, and then I've got that 59 and 320, that's a total of 5 numbers to make up that, so it's got 5, 5, and 5. 5 numbers, 12, 31, 17, 10, and 30. Again, 5 numbers. So that's what I clued into, is it seemed like that was pointing me to the fact that there were 5 numbers, so I'm going to start at the end on this one. So the reason why this took me a while is those could be taken individually, but it seemed like that was more like a date and time. So December 31st, 17, and then at 10:30, I'm assuming military time, given this is an operation, so 10:30 a.m. Now the question is, what century? December 31st of what? Is it 2017, 1917, 1817? We've gotten hints that this goes all the way back, so I started at the beginning, and I think I got got it right away. So if I did 1231, whoa, this is. I think I'm going to talk about it in more depth elsewhere, but since I've been doing this, I've been getting a lot of electrical malfunctions around the house, which is a little unnerving. To be determined. We'll catch up on that later. Alright, so 1231, I started with 2017 at 10:30 a.m. So I just put that in and searched December 31st, 2017, 10:30 a.m. That got me a hit for a Securities and Exchange Commission filing for T-Mobile. Now if we go one step back from that date, 12/31/17, at 10:30, we have information interest penalty estimated. So the information we're interested in, penalty estimated. That also sounds like that's why for all the results that I got, it's like, okay, the Securities and Exchange Commission seems like this kind of financial language. So I pulled that up. Now it's for T-Mobile, and I started reading through, but then I realized, like, maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe it's right there up front, T-Mobile. That's the Tau cross. It's the Greek letter Tau, the T cross. That's the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. And it also symbolizes the sun. There are 3 different gods. There are 3 major, I guess, deities that came up: Tammuz, Mithras, and Attis, which are all deities that share a this kind of sacrifice and resurrection story, along with the sun. That T-Mobile Securities and Exchange filing, right at the top, it has a phone number, which I called, and that's, when I was listening to that, what kind of clued me in that it might be the T symbol there, might be the thing that's important, because it was just kind of a dead drop number station. I only called it the once. I don't know if it changes, but there were a lot of numbers. It said it was after hours, so you got like the times that they are supposedly open. You got a different phone number to call, and they're calling themselves the Uncarrier, which is a strange thing to refer to yourself as, especially in this context. And then kind of a sign off at the end. So, thinking, okay, resurrection, deities, solar worship, and then I took a look at that phone number again, and I realized that if you add up all the digits, you get 33, which is the age of Jesus when he was executed. Information interest, penalty estimated. The execution of Jesus, I think, is what this is pointing us to. Now, if we go, or keep going, working backwards, we get let's party beyond the battle. Resurrection. So we're cluing into the death and resurrection. That's where I think this is going. And then we go a little further, we've got Origin Student Program. Now, I don't know for sure, but I think that this is referring to DARPA, or that the fact that this message is originating from Project Looking Glass, which was a DARPA kind of CIA project. Which makes sense and kind of confirms again this is what I think it is. Now this next part, I'm still not feeling 100% confident on this, but so we got locate the customer and protect Tuxedo Gallery with the disappearance of the moon. This is what definitely has taken me the longest before I felt comfortable coming out with this. So locate the customer. Seems like it's pretty straightforward. There's a target that I'm looking for, that the agent that this message is meant for is looking for, and protect Tuxedo Gallery with the disappearance of the moon. Now, it seems like that is a reference to an event. A new moon could also be an eclipse. Protect Tuxedo Gallery. Now, it might be because we had that question, again, nothing happens without a reason. There was a question in live Q&A number 2 about Mark Twain and why Lincoln didn't listen to his warnings about the assassination. So like that's in my mind, and I'm thinking, protect Tuxedo Gallery. Jesus, Abraham Lincoln, these martyrs, death and resurrection. So something happened at the assassination of Lincoln that is significant to this, and then what was hard to track down, but I finally did. The day or night Lincoln was assassinated was actually an eclipse of the new moon, which only happens once every 1,000 years. That doesn't get brought up a lot. It was actually the first I'd heard of it, but that's fucking crazy. So it seems like it would be redundant to say locate the customer and protect Tuxedo Gallery. So I'm thinking that locate the customer, there's either, I don't know, friend or foe, but there's a time agent that has gone back to the assassination of Lincoln. Alright, so that I'm not 100% confident on that, but that, after a lot of soul searching, is where I'm at on that. Okay, so let's keep going. The grass is growing. I think that this is an indication that maybe the project is ongoing. Trust the plan. It could also be a warning, like TikTok, get this done. I didn't spend a lot of time on that one, but if you have other thoughts, let me know. So then I got Human Services. That one, I'm not sure if it's standalone or not, because before that it says 4 fingers over the red sash, Human Services. So if Human Services is standalone, or maybe Human Services, the grass is growing. Actually, now that I'm doing this, okay, so Human Services, the grass is growing, maybe agents are in play, trust the plan. Something like that. Because if we keep going, 4 fingers over the red sash comes right after, see this guide, Nanaka Akanen. So maybe 4 fingers over the red sash, it would make sense to have the sign to show what. So when you find the guide, Nanaka Akanen, you can 4 fingers over the red sash indicate, that that's the code, or that's the call and response there, or maybe that's the sign that you're in. Nanaka Akanen, I wasn't sure if that was just a word I was unfamiliar with or that was meant to be a proper name. So for this one, I did a deep meditation and tried to connect with my shaman guide, not my shaman mentor, but like in the spirit realm, the guide that came to me, Bearded Iris. I tried to connect with her, and she confirmed the Naka Akana is referred to an entity and a word of power, but it's unclear if in this context this is a code name, possibly kind of like a word of power code name indicates status, or if the entity itself is what I'm supposed to connect with. There's still some loose ends here, but I wanted to just get out what I've got so far. Okay, support the success. That one I think is it's a two-parter, because before that we've got activity will ensure the shipment, support the success. So there's a mission going on. The mission of the person who this message is intended for is to support that mission. Alright, now we've got, at the beginning, O Lord, the snare. Now the first time drop had omnipotent and nothing. This one has O Lord, the snare. I think that these may be indicators on how to receive the message. So the first one, going back and reading it with that in mind, does read more like just a FYI, for your information, here's a status update. O Lord, the snare, and then reading this one, this is a call to arms. This is an indicator of action. There's something to be done in response to this message. What is the thing to be done? Well, I think this is maybe indicating that this death and resurrection myth that has perpetuated through cultures and through human history, what we perceive as resurrection is possibly an intervention in this time war. And we need to somehow prevent the Lincoln assassination. Or we need to make sure the Lincoln assassination happens. The thing, and I can't put my finger exactly on why, the thing that this does maybe make more clear is that our anonymous source, G. Gordon Liddy, and whoever this agent is that this is meant for, are working with humanity's interests in mind, because the disappearance of the moon, a total lunar eclipse on a new moon, once in 1,000-year event, I think that was maybe the gateway that allowed the demon dogs from Shadow Sirius to enter our timeline, or our local space. And it seems like this is meant to work against that demon dog cabal that's trying to harvest our energies. And I don't know, there's just, I'm making an intuitive leap, but through a lot of this work I've been learning to trust my gut. So I think maybe anonymous source G. Gordon Liddy is a light worker. I'm crossing my fingers that that's the case, that I've been accidentally recruited to working for the good guys. I don't know if that's exactly the right word, but certainly on the side of humanity against the demon dogs. So this is all pretty far out, and like I said, I'm not 100% sure. So that's where I'm at on time drop number 2. Please let me know what you think on these, and if you see anything that I'm missing, and stay tuned.